Okay, we're back. I am BKP. We're at the Vault. We're at the Vault here in downtown Blue Ridge, and we're going to do a quick update on the Rough Ridge Wilderness Fire. And as soon as we get done here, we're going to cut this segment, put it on our YouTube channel also, so this can get shared with everybody. Again, we're asking you, come on up and enjoy Blue Ridge this morning, because I'm here with Jennifer Hinckley. She's the planning section chief with the Southern Area Gold Incident Management Team, and she worked for the U.S. Forest Service as the forest prescribed fire specialist on the Tahoe National Forest in California. Did I get that right?
Yes, you did.
That's a lot.
I know.
You have a lot to do.
I do.
Well, you guys have been, Jennifer, thank you very much. This is 2 weeks in a row, and we're going to get serious here for a minute. We have a map. We have a glare coming in. We hope you can see it. But this is the outline, and I'm going to let her take over to tell you this is the fire area. So, Jennifer, the other night, you guys, first of all, let me say on behalf of everybody in the community, you guys did an outstanding job on the open house. You had everything into certain areas, and everybody did such a great job explaining to the public that was concerned, whether it be safety, the firefighters, the airplanes, helicopters, no matter what it was. You guys did a great job explaining what's happening here.
Thank you.
So share with us this morning this area and what we're looking at.
Okay, so what we're looking at is the Cohutta Wilderness, which is outlined in this dark green line. The lightning strikes started right here with a lightning strike.
That's a lightning strike, and that's been the determination?
That was it, yeah.
Okay.
We found we have a lat long from weather data, and we've actually found the tree that got struck. And then from there, it built out as a fire moving out in the wilderness. And as we know, wilderness has different rules based on the Wilderness Act that was signed in the 70s. And so we've actually put a line, there's roads around the wilderness, and we've used those roads as a hard line to contain the fire within the road and the rivers. And so this is where the fire is right now.
Okay, so that's where the fire is. Let's go into containment. Why you said something the other night to everybody there. I heard several people say that by this weekend, hopefully, the smoke would be to where we have actually a beautiful morning this morning. Things are clearing up. Mm-hmm. So give us details on the smoke. Where is it going, and will it continue to decrease in the next couple of weeks?
Okay, yes. So the fire has burned most of the area, but as we know, we have leaf fall coming down from the leaves just keep falling and they keep reburning. So there'll be some smoke coming up out of that area until we get rain. And by rain, I mean definitely a few inches, not a sprinkle.
So we will continue to see the smoke. It's not until we get rain or it's completely out.
Yes, and we were talking as a season-ending event, all the models, which most of them are wrong and some of them are useful, they say somewhere around the December 13th to December 25th, we'll get enough precipitation to have this put out.
Okay, now the one of the areas the other night, the hope was, or there was a date that was put out like November 30th. What was that date? The
November 30th was an idea for containment. Containment
okay.
is where we keep the fire from growing anymore, and our level of confidence that we have that it won't grow anymore.
So November, just for clarity, November 30th is the containment date, meaning that they have, and just correct me wherever I'm wrong because we don't want to give bad information, but what they have is they have the perimeter set up for containment. November 30th is the date that we're looking at, that it meets all the containment area, and you can say we have this contained.
Yes, okay? That's the date we're focused on.
But in December is when you hope to be able to say it's out.
Yes, we need rain.
We need rain. Obviously, we need rain. And I've seen out there on Facebook, keep doing it. I've seen you guys putting pictures out there, holding umbrellas, even actually wearing your rain boots, saying, "This is my rain prayer." So I like that. Keep doing that. Okay, now, real quick, how many people are still on the team? Firefighters working 16 hours a day. How many shifts? Some of those logistics of what's going on.
Okay, so currently the Southern Area Gold Incident Management Team is transferring out. We've been here 2 weeks. We worked for 2 weeks, and a Southern California team with the incident commander's last name is Fogel. They started today, and they've taken over the fire, and we're going home. So that's the first thing that you need to know.
Okay. Stay right there. Cole always gets nervous if I get out of the shot. He works so hard to make sure we're in the shot. So stay right there. I'm going to get another map.
Nope, that's a progression map. Where do we put the other one?
Here
Right
it is.
there.
Okay. And in this map, if we can get it up here, we're going to try to point to several of the, let's do the teapot. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, we got that. Great. Okay, now, what we can see out here in this map, hopefully, we have South Carolina, we have Georgia, we're here in Georgia, we have North Carolina, West Virginia,
And
go ahead
Kentucky.
there, and Kentucky.
And Tennessee,
Alabama.
and Alabama. All the southern states are dry. All the southern states are having fires every day. Most of the fires are human caused in some way. Could be someone was burning leaves or some debris and it got away, or some people like to start fires on their own.
So if you're able to see this, hopefully, if you're able to see this, every one of these orange indicators on this map is a fire somewhere in the south. Somewhere in the south is a fire. Now, where are we at here,
Right here.
in Georgia? We're right here,
At
and
the
this is the
star.
Rough Ridge Fire Southern Area Gold Team, and that's the fire right here. As you can see, that's a very big fire. Tell us a little bit from the differences of a Western forest fire and what we see here in the east in our wilderness area. What's the difference in those fires?
We will not be experiencing the crown fires that you see on TV in the summer when they show Southern California and it's just ripping up the side of the mountain and all the trees are getting obliterated by the fire. What you see out where we're at is that because of leaf fall, all the leaves are actually burning and they're on the ground. And so nothing is burning up into the trees. Some of the shrubs will burn, the rhododendron and some of the other shrubs will burn down, but they'll come back as soon as we get some more water.
So what I heard the other night from one of the gentlemen that was given information is flames are about an average of somewhere at 5 foot high. Those kind of averages.
3 to 5, yeah.
3 to 5 feet.
At a moving fire,
Right.
If you have a backing fire, they're down at 1.
Right. But so it's not in the treetop.
No.
Are you able to speak to after the fire? I had somebody the other night. I don't mean to just tell me what you can't speak to. I heard one of the citizens the other night talk about the wildlife. Like they were concerned about the wildlife out in the wilderness.
Oh, okay.
And what happened to them. And somebody made a reference, not to quote them, that actually now when they come back in, it will be cleaned out for
Yes.
them. Can you speak to any of that?
Yeah,
Where
so
the wildlife's concerned?
First of all, the wildlife moves out of the way or has ways to take care of themselves. If you're a bird, you fly out of the way. If you're a large mammal, you run out of the way. Small mammals run into burrows. The reptiles and the amphibians get down near the rivers and they dig holes and they go underground when the fires come through. They know the fire's coming through.
And they know what to do.
They know what to do. This is a natural process and they're part of the system. So they do that, and so you end up, the fire goes over them or around them, and they're good. What happens in the spring, because we've cleared up all this dead leaf detritus that we have, duff layers, there's some of the things that you'll hear, and gone down. There's a seed bank in the soil, and so the seeds are waiting for the sun and for water to grow. And so when spring comes and the sun comes down, you'll actually have more diversity of plants out in the wilderness, which will be great for all of the wildlife to eat, for browse and just normal eating, which will actually make them healthier.
Can you speak to air quality? I mean, we've had a lot of the major media come up here, and it's great that they put the information out, and we thank them for traveling up with their satellite trucks, but they've showed so many images of the smoke. Can you speak to the air quality at this time and maybe some of the things that people need to be concerned about?
So daily we're putting an air quality summary up on the Facebook site for the Chattahoochee-Oconee National Forest. So you can always see the summary of what's happening.
Chattahoochee-Oconee National Forest Facebook. You're putting air quality information up daily.
Yes.
Did you get that? Okay.
And from that, based on where you are, you can tell what kind of air quality you'll have in the local. This is for local cities around
Right.
our fire. So Chatsworth, Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and up at Oconee. So, and then based on where the wind is coming from, we actually will get smoke from the fires from north of us or south of us coming in our direction, mixing with the smoke that's coming off of our fire, which might, depending on the weather, sit down on top of us or just dissipate like today.
You actually have, and I know you're busy and you got to get out there, but hopefully this is going to get out with a lot of great information. You actually have a meteorologist out there.
Yes.
Now, I can't speak to high pressure, low pressure, but can you tell us what's keeping the smoke trapped down and it's not rising up or whatever? I don't know.
What we call about the inversion layer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why is it like just trapped?
There's a layer above us that's a different temperature, and when it's warmer than the lower layer where we're standing, it actually can actually come and sit down on top of us. So so the smoke does not get up into that layer and just gets pushed down on top of us. And normally that happens when there's not very much wind. It's light wind, so it doesn't dissipate out and spread, because we need it to spread out everywhere so that it is less smoke.
Folks, I hope this is good information. We got one or two more questions, but we're going to clip this and we're going to put it out there so you can share it. You can share it, and we'll have it on our YouTube page. We're here with Jennifer Hinckley, the Planning Section Chief of the Southern Area Gold Incident Management Team. She's all the way here from the Tahoe National Forest in California. Is that correct?
Yes, Tahoe.
Tahoe National Forest. And two more things. One, last but not least, residents. Now, it's not threatened any structures at this time. It's not gotten into any residents, and we've not had any mandatory evacuations.
No, not on Rough Ridge. Does not have any mandatory evacuations.
I don't mean to interrupt you. I want to be clear. That does not mean any of these. There are some in other areas that we're not reporting on this morning. Jennifer, but some of these you need to look to your local area. If you're over in Murphy, if you're out in North Carolina, anywhere else, you need to check with your local fire management team. We're specifically talking about Rough Ridge, where we're talking about structure. So I want to be clear. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just want to be clear on that. So this area here, we've not had any back. I'm sorry.
We have not had any evacuations on the Rough Ridge fire. We do have the areas where we have people's houses. So the Jones Settlement, the Potato Patch, and up by the Alacusi area, there are homes, and we are monitoring constantly to make sure that our fire stays contained so those people aren't threatened.
But right now, there's no mandatory evacuations.
No.
And that if any of those structures in that area, you would know far enough in advance to warn them and give them sufficient amount of time if something was.
Yes, but we're also connected with all of the local sheriffs and the fire departments. So if something was going wrong and we had to do that, then they would be involved with us, and they know where everybody lives also, and they would help us get people out of the way.
And
but
you're not seeing that right now.
No.
Okay, I understand. I'm just trying to get all the information we can. Now, that being said, and I know you can't speak to this as far as the business community out here, so that means anybody watching at home, if they were coming up to the weekend, because this is a big destination spot for the weekends. Thank you very much. We appreciate having you guys here too. You have a great team, and I don't want to leave anybody out. But this is a great destination spot all over. So that means if somebody was to travel here this weekend and rent a cabin, they're not looking at being in risk of the fire being next to them.
Our fire, no. Our fire is contained.
This one here.
There will be, based on how dry it is, there will also be fires that are started, because every day we have more fires started. So, but we're on it. We are working with the local fire departments and with the Georgia Forestry Commission. And so if somebody accidentally loses a debris burn because they didn't know we were in a burn ban, everybody kind of en masse goes there and puts it out as fast as possible. So I would come here on vacation this weekend.
Okay.
And in fact, a friend of mine is going to be here today, flying in from Colorado for her family. They rented a cabin for the next week for Thanksgiving, and she was asking me those things also. And I said, just keep on coming. This is going to be good.
So you encouraged a friend, they want to come here for the weekend, and they called you, and you said, hey, come on.
I'm standing here. Yeah, come on.
You're standing here. Okay, lost my train of thought, but that people that know me know that's very easy for me. I can get distracted. Burn ban.
Burn ban.
Stress that one more time.
We have a burn ban in the whole area, but definitely in the state of Georgia. We are not allowed to burn anything.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing at all. And the fuel, as we call it, the fuel bed of the leaves, the wind is still a concern of picking those up and moving
we have
those?
wind forecast for tonight and into tomorrow that it's going to be rather significant. So I don't know the numbers, so I don't know what they've changed normally. But because there's a cold front moving through, the winds are coming in with it, and so we have to be careful. And so we'll be taking care of the Rough Ridge fire and making sure that it's okay, while everyone else should actually be cognizant that the winds are picking up just for the next 24 to 48 hours.
Okay, let's go just a little in the future with one more question here. This is a great destination for hiking. It's a great destination for all kinds of outdoor activities, whether it's fishing, hiking, camping, everything. Let's go a little into the future, anticipating December. It's extinguished, we get some rain, and this particular fire that we're looking at is extinguished. The people at home that want to visit when it comes spring and summer and go hiking, and they start saying, oh, I feel so bad, there's thousands of acres that burn up, I don't know if I would enjoy that. Is it going to be a nice area to hike? And
in the spring, yes. When like normal, when the plants come back, they're going to be beautiful.
It's good, right?
It's going to be open. There's going to be a lot more diversity of plants than what you would normally see, because the fire did its natural. It is a natural part of the ecosystem. It cleaned up the fuel that was on the ground so that those seeds can open up and grow and bloom.
Well, not to try to be presumptuous to something we don't know. But there could be in the spring, if everything goes well, an upside to this for the wilderness area?
Yes, definitely. I think so.
Okay, any information that you wanted to come here and make sure that we knew?
Oh, okay. Today, we're reporting that the Rough Ridge fire is 27,004 acres. We're saying that we're 40% contained, so we're 40% confident that it's definitely staying in there. But we still have people all the way around. We have a little bit less than 200 people still on the fire, even though the Southern Area Gold Incident Management Team is transitioning with the Southern California Type 1 team. Everything is smooth. This is a normal operation. And the Southern Area Gold Incident Management Team wanted to say thank you to the communities around this fire. We have been so grateful for how we've been treated and how nice everybody is and the hospitality that we've been shown. And we just wanted to say thank you.
Well, you're welcome, and we want to reciprocate that. We want to say thank you to you guys. We've enjoyed all of you. We know you're here to work, and we know you're busy, but I've seen so many Facebook posts. I've seen so many people that are saying so many nice things and thanking each and every one of you from your teams from all over the United States, right? You got people.
Yeah, we have 8 teams. One from the Rocky Mountain area, the one from California, the Great Basin, so that's Nevada and Idaho, North Carolina, Florida, South Carolina, and then the other 2 regional teams that are from the Southeast.
Okay, thank you very much. Great, and you're going home.
I'm going home. Going home to the snow in the Sierras.
Snow.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, by the way, I seen on the news this morning blizzard conditions in the Dakotas. So stop those travel plans immediately to the Dakotas and shift them to Blue Ridge. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from beautiful downtown Blue Ridge. Got some noise in the background because we have people here having breakfast at the Vault. And we want to thank you. We want to thank you again for being here and come up to downtown Blue Ridge, the Vault, and have breakfast with us. I'm your host, BKP. I can't think of anything else. I think we got everything else.
I hope so. Otherwise, people can ask the other team, the Facebook pages. Yeah, you can keep asking questions.
Websites?
The NC Web, which I didn't spell correctly last week when I was here, is INCIWEB.NWCG.gov. That will have information on all the fires that we see. You just have to go in and figure out which one it is.
I want to make one little comment before we go on this. Some of you out there have sent me messages and said, why didn't they do this? Why are they not doing that? Why are they not doing something this way or that way? These people here have to follow what regulations are in place considering the wilderness areas. They have to do that. That's the way they do it. So you can look some of those things up if you have some interest on how they have to handle fires and disasters in the wilderness. I'm your host, BKP. We'll be back right after these messages. And again, thank you very much, Jennifer.
Thank you.